Howdy, everyone. My name's Nicholas, and welcome to the Headliner Pod. For those of you not in the know, we're a show about podcasts featuring podcasts by podcasters that's hosted by people who help podcasters with their podcasting. On every episode of the podcast, a few of the folks over at Headliner sit down to play a game that centers around listening to randomly selected clips from over 500 show submissions. We do this so that we can find what we call Pod Zero. Here are the rules. Each lucky contestant will hear a 60-second podcast clip. Then they'll need to pick out the correct podcast title from a lineup of 3 choices before being shown the artwork for that show. Before we get this show on the road, though, let's say hi to each of our contestants today. Starting with our newest one, Prateek.
Hey, everyone.
Next up, we have Oliver.
Hello.
Kristy.
Hi, y'all.
And Jesse.
Woohoo!
I appreciate the caca y'all in lieu of Max being here to say it.
This is my first thought. It was that I wanted to do it before him, but now I know that he's not here, so I'm doing it for him.
Yeah, funny how that works. It's now a tribute. Pour one out for Max, who couldn't make it today.
Nice.
Yeah. Before we get this show on the road, though, let's hear about what we've been up to over at Headliner. Elissa, you're our producer as usual. Would you like to do the honor?
Of course. So today we're going to talk about clips. So with Headliner, there are several ways that you can find easy key moments, laughs, and highlights from your podcast using AI suggested clips. In Make, our audiogram tool, simply set up an automatic audiogram for 60 seconds. Headliner's AI will get to work and start finding up to 10 clips per automation. You can even go back and automatically trim clips to as little as 15 seconds. Every project gets up to 20 clip recommendations. To see your clips, click the gradient button at the top and jump from clip to clip. Use clips to create quick branded audiograms or copy and paste for more text-based assets. Clips are the perfect way to promote your podcast on social media or share those golden nuggets with your listeners in a snap.
All right. Now that we have all of that out of the way, let's get started with our show for today, starting with Oliver.
All right. Do I shut my eyes now? They're shut.
Yeah.
They're
you can
closed.
shut them now.
As
Okay.
long as you can't see the screen, we are golden.
I can't see anything. My eyes are shut.
Wonderful.
Well, we are at Floyd County Jail. We are hoping that Lee and Kane can still come home tonight, but because of some paperwork errors, they were not out before 5 p.m. and some part of the process did not get completed that needed to be, and they may not be coming home tonight, which, are 3 men. That's what matters. But it would have been really nice if they got to start the freedom tonight and not tomorrow morning. So however, yeah, everyone's still here. I know that Lee's and Kane's attorneys are inside working on it.
We later
Okay.
found out that it took nearly 2 hours of cross-agency negotiations and conference calls. But it was the Floyd County DA who was finally able to get the bureaucratic mess untangled.
Okay. So that was our clip. And Oliver, here are your 3 options for today. Number 1 is Evidence Locker, a true crime podcast. Number 2 is Guilty, a true crime podcast. And number 3 is Proof, a true crime podcast.
All right. So I don't think they were talking about a guilty person in that clip. And my general rule, as you all know, is to pick the one that is right, thinking it's wrong. But this week, guilty will be removed from the options. So now we're down to 2 doors. So we have what is that? Are we at a 67.5% chance? 50% chance? Where are we at there, Jesse?
Yeah, it's incalculable, really, but it's...
Yeah, we have immeasurable probabilities here. I really liked number 1 as an option. It was, what was that one again?
Evidence Locker, a true crime podcast.
Oh, it's so good, but I'm going to have to say, I'm going to go with number 3. Final answer, lock it in.
Okay. Proof, a true crime podcast, is correct. Again, I still don't. Okay, like I know you guys have tried to explain this whole
Yes.
Monty Hall problem thing to me before, but like,
Yes.
I still don't get it. You're pulling a
Okay.
rabbit out of a hat, as far as I'm concerned.
You're guessing and getting lucky. That's what's happening. There's
Yeah.
no math.
There's
Choose to
there's
accept.
one thing that we have learned throughout this show is that anything we pick is the wrong answer. So therefore, we can automatically remove one. So now it's a 66% chance because we know that one's not
Yes.
right. And so then we can just pick between the other two.
You
Okay.
need to trust in your distrust of yourself. And then the Monty Hall problem, or maybe a solution, really starts to emerge.
I just got a headache thinking about that. I don't even know like what to make of it. Okay, sure. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are approaching this the way I took statistics in high school, which is just answer C when you don't know the answer.
Yes.
Everyone thought Albert Einstein was crazy too.
No.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So here is a little bit about proof. The clip you guys just listened to is from episode 18, and it is entitled Russian Roulette Made It Home. Proof is a new investigative true crime podcast from Susan Simpson of Undisclosed with the producers of Evil Lives Here. On an October night in 1996, a gunshot rattles the walls of a double-wide trailer on the outskirts of Rome, Georgia. 15-year-old Brian Bowling is laying on the floor of his room, head bleeding from a gunshot wound. By the next morning, Brian is dead. Investigators quickly conclude that Brian's wound was self-inflicted, the tragic result of teenage bravado. And yet within 6 months, 2 friends are arrested and accusing of plotting to kill Brian. Kane Joshua Story and Daryl Lee Clark are convicted and sentenced to life in prison where they remain today. An evil teenage plot? A horrible, tragic accident? Or a blatant miscarriage of justice? In the first season of Proof, Susan Simpson and Jacinda Davis drive the back roads of Rome searching for the truth. There you have it. It sounds like a future classic true crime if ever there was one. So, jumping forward from there, let's put Jesse up
Okay.
for clip number 2.
Eyes closed.
Yeah.
Sick.
She went to the surgery that dentist was from, so it's that different. It's got to be the same patient.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like almost that dentist's signature denture, isn't it? So that's the
I've got her name on my TV when I'm walking.
that's, yeah, you've got quite an interesting interesting slideshow on your TV, Martin. You really are the denture guy, aren't you?
I need to get rid of it. when you got a bird coming back, you put that on. It doesn't
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, nonsense.
Nice, yeah. We have a lot of younger dentists that listen to the podcast and wanting to grow, wanting to learn. And there's a lot of scenarios that they face day to day that I've seen them manage. Some manage well, some not so much. So what I'm going to do, Martin, is I'm going to present you with a scenario that the everyday dentist faces, and then let me know kind of how you would handle it, how you manage it.
All right.
So, there we have it. Jesse, here are your 3 choices for today. Number 1, the Molars and Misfits podcast. Number 2, Teeth Talk podcast. And number 3, the Tooth Talk podcast.
All right. So we got Molars and Misfits, Teeth Talk, and Tooth Talk. So I'm already not liking Tooth Talk because if we're going to talk about them, we're going to talk about them all. So
That's a very interesting point. I didn't even.
So we're already down to 1 and 2. So we're at a 96% chance of getting this. I'm gonna
That doesn't sound right.
I'm gonna go number 2.
Teeth Talk.
Teeth Talk podcast. They're targeting young dentists. If I was a young dentist, I'd probably listen to that.
Okay. Teeth Talk podcast is incorrect. And your reasoning was your downfall. It was actually Tooth Talk, singular. They are only talking about the one tooth, to put it in your terms.
And that really comes down to, I think, a lack of understanding of the field, Nicholas. I think, there must be an important tooth that I'm going to have to dig in here and see what the most important tooth is. Am I taking care of mine? I doubt it.
a load-bearing tooth, if you will.
Something to chew on.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was gonna say, very interesting. My other question, my follow-up is every episode of the podcast about a different tooth? Like your
I
right
hope
canine.
so. If
or
it
your-
is, it's perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so that'd be
that would
great.
actually be the best idea for a podcast about teeth.
Hey, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about molar 3.
Okay. So the clip you guys just listened to was from episode 13 of the podcast. And here is the description of the show. Welcome to the Tooth Talk Podcast, your essential guide to improving communication skills for dentists. Join us as we explore effective strategies and insights from guest dentists and experts. Upgrade your communication game and unlock the tools to your success in dentistry. And if I may add something, I'm going to recommend this podcast to my dentist this week because she does not do the communication very well. So, very interesting show. Glad we got that because I can now hold that over my dentist's head. And I also really like the podcast art for this show. I love when they do that. It just looks very nice and very colorful. So, moving on forward, Prateek, I think you kind of get how this works now. So let's have you give it a go. If you would cover your eyes, please.
Apparently, if you eliminate 2 options, you have a 96% chance of getting it correct. So just know that's in your favor.
It's very interesting, but however, on the flip side, you have to prove that you've been abroad in the last, let's say, couple of years. You have to stay committed to Italy for at least a couple of years. And most of all, there must be a close connection between your arrival and the day you start working remote or working here in Italy. But definitely for young people, for people that are still working and have the privilege of the opportunity to get a job opportunity here in Italy or keep working for the same company as remote worker, it's a no-brainer. So yes, it's a good incentive. And Italy is still desperate, by the way, but she doesn't have enough resources. So she's saying, let's do it, but this time I'm gonna give you 50% back. Okay. Are you still okay with that? That's the best I can do.
Still date me?
Yeah, I'm still okay with that.
Please don't marry me.
Yes.
Okay. That was your clip, Prateek. And here are your 3 options for potential names for the show. Number 1, Affordable Living Abroad with Richard Starkey. Number 2, Tour of Italy, an OG podcast. And number 3, Affordable Italy, Living La Dolce Vita on a Bootstring.
Well, I definitely heard something about Italy in there, so I think it might be. Let's go with number 3. Affordable.
Number
Italy.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Affordable Italy, Living La Dolce Vita on a Bootstring is correct.
Nice.
You got it right on your first try. Congrats. I just have to give Elissa the biggest shout out because I literally had to double take this list because she slipped the name Richard Starkey in there, and that's Ringo Starr. I wasn't expecting that.
And I would like to speak to that. So you'll find out in the episode title, but I misread something and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So then my mind went down a rabbit hole, but I was like, well, I can't put Ringo Starr blatantly. So did a quick Google. Also, shout out to number 2, Tour to Italy and OG podcast. The OG stands for Olive Garden. So
Yeah.
Did not know.
That's
'Cause when
good.
you're here, you're family.
exactly.
Actually amazing. So here's a bit about the show. The episode you just heard a clip from was Moving to Italy, 2023 end of year tax update with Paolo Rigo, which, yes, I can see how you got Ringo Starr from that, or Paul, or any other assortment of letters. The description for the show is Affordable Italy, Living the Dolce Vita on a Bootstring explores all things related to living for less than an expat in Italy. Short, sweet, and to the point. I love it. And I also appreciate the artwork for this show. I love when people do stuff like that. You have a nice, what appears to be like a high heel over the map of Italy. It's just neat. Jumping forward, Kristy, you're our only contestant that hasn't gone today. Are you ready? Do you need a minute?
I am good. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Get your math cap on while I pull this up real quick.
Math cap.
Math cap. Or
You
math.
have your TI 84.
Well, yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So
we don't know how we're going to feel on the day. And sometimes we feel a certain way in the lead up, but the day itself might be completely different. So there are always things that, it is possibly good to have something that you want to do and things that you don't want to do, so that you have some sort of clarity and you have options, so that you're not kind of stressed out on the day. It's good to have something in place. But likewise, if that stresses you out, having to plan something, then feel free to just let that go and to go with the flow. And if you have that opportunity, if the people that you're with also are not stuck on doing particular things, then that's amazing, and use that to your advantage.
Okay.
All right.
So there was your audio, Kristy, and here are your options. Rethinking Grief with Gabby Georges, Healing as a Process podcast, or The Grief Cocoon.
I'm going to have to do the Oliver method. The one that I think it's the reverse Oliver method. Whatever I think is the wrong one is probably the right one. So I'm going to go with option 2.
Healing as a Process podcast.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any reason you picked that one other than thinking it was wrong?
Well, all right, so the reason, what I thought, anything with like a name always draws me in, because I'm always like, well, so whoever's writing these either came up with the name or normally I would have thought there would be like 2 with the name. So actually, no, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do the one that has the name at the end, because you would have put it in twice and changed the front if it was actually her. But if you just made up a name, that would have been weird of just making up one name.
Can I make an observation really quickly?
Yes.
You sound like the dude in The Princess Bride. Like, I know that you know that I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're choosing Rethinking Grief. Yeah, you're thinking Rethinking Grief with Gabby Georges.
Yes.
Nicholas,
Okay.
before you answer, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but Jesse, can we get a win probability for Kristy right now? What's
we crunch
his
the
win
numbers
percentage right now?
I need someone to crunch the numbers, man. How am I doing?
All right. So I got my TI 82 over here. Sorry, I don't have the 83 or 4, but I've been using the graphing function here trying to figure this out, and I can't get past how to divide negative I by 0. So we're just gonna have to.
We're gonna have
truly
to put
the downfall of every mathematician.
In the wind. Throw the numbers out. Let's just go. Gut instinct. My first thought was, the one with the girl's name.
Okay. Rethinking Grief with Gabby Georges is incorrect.
Why did you invent a name?
I didn't.
We didn't invent the name.
I just placed it differently.
Yeah, I was like, why would you?
So
what was my first? What was the correct?
No, it was not. It was not either way. You
Grief Cocoon?
effectively Princess Brided yourself to the wrong answer in both cases. Yeah. R.I.P. Norman Lear. So the correct answer was The Grief Cocoon. The third answer.
Well, it's such a pretty little image, and that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. For some reason, every time I've read it so far, I've thought of the Dream Academy, this 80s band. But anyway, the episode we just heard a clip from was actually a bonus episode entitled Tips for Dealing with Grief Over the Holidays. So here's our description of the show. A podcast where you'll hear open, honest, and thoughtful conversations about grief and loss, death, and dying. Host Gabby Georges talks with creatives about their experiences of loss and how they've used their creativity to process and transform grief and loss, and how you can too. So, very interesting idea for a podcast. Kristy, as you just heard, we didn't invent the name. The host's name is Gabby Georges.
Such a mean trick.
Well,
Wasn't
you
a
tried to
trick.
use math on me, so this is what happens.
This is what happens when people use numbers, okay? Bad things happen. So
it's okay. I'm gonna go so dumb next time I play, just to get like the whole math out of my head and just like go straight caveman answer.
Okay. On that note, We can either divide people into teams, knowing that Kristy will intentionally do that,
Yes.
or everyone can work together for the next 2 questions and hopefully repress caveman Kristy from just bonking the wrong answer. Any takers, teams, as a group?
Who wants to be on a team with me?
I'll do it.
Let's do it, man.
I will say, if you're on Jesse's team, you apparently have a 96% chance of being correct.
And
That
Well, there's
it
2 of
just
them.
keeps going
so-
up.
Okay. See.
All right, cool.
All right. Kristy. Oh, no. Jesse is the guy at a casino who sees that you're on a losing streak and he goes, yeah, but it only gets better from here, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. That note, let's have Kristy and Oliver go right now because I'm really curious to see what just happens.
Okay.
And yeah, cover both your eyes, please.
All right, we have a resident cool guy and caveman apparently on one team, so should be interesting.
What I'm curious about is, has having that music career for both of you helped being entrepreneurs as you are right now?
I'd say to some degree, so just being able to pick something up. So what used to happen quite a lot of the time was you'd get a phone call in saying, hey, someone's dropped out. Could you come learn all this music and jump on stage quickly? You've got an hour. So after doing that a few times, I think it's definitely helped in some degree where some situation will have popped up and it's like, all right, I've got to react to this quickly or learn to it quickly. And that's happened quite a few times in Germany where we've gone to set something up and maybe one of the speakers has not been able to come or the time has changed. Right, what do we do? How do we adapt to this? So I think in that sense, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Sorry, did you want to go? Sorry, Dan, go on first.
Okay. So there was your clip. And here are your options. Now, I'm just going to say it from now, Kristy, because you're deciding to go caveman mode, quote, Ooga Chaka mode, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to make it even harder for you, and you'll see why in just a second. Your first option is A Rainbow of Chaos with Paul Suzanne. Number 2. Yes.
Like the painter?
Is it a painter's name?
Could be.
I only took art history once 10 years ago, so I wouldn't know.
I'm sure there's more Oliver Wellingtons out there, not specifically 2 more at least.
Yeah. Number 2 is Improvise, Adapt, Overcome, a podcast with Paul Suzanne.
I see what you're doing.
And number 3, The Mind Takeaway Podcast with Paul Suzanne. But I'd like to mention the real answer, Kristy, may or may not have with Paul Suzanne on it.
I know. I have to delete it.
Do you?
Kristy, do you have any sense of... Did you get an echolocation from the room?
It is like a... I was focused too much. I wasn't using that muscle for this one. Caveman me doesn't know how to discern those anymore.
All right,
what's the first one again?
A Rainbow of Chaos with Paul Suzanne.
A Rainbow of Chaos.
And then do all 3 again. Rainbow of Chaos. And
Improvise.
don't do the Paul Suzanne thing. Let's just do this.
Sure. Improvise, Adapt, Overcome, a podcast. And the Mind Takeaway Podcast.
Kristy, I propose this.
Okay.
You have a club in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can either use it to club a rabbit, a deer, or a bird.
Deer.
Which one do you, the deer?
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Lock it in.
Okay. Didn't even hesitate. I'm going to put some smooth jazz under that. That was very Twin Peaksy of Oliver. So, improvise, adapt, overcome a podcast is incorrect.
Oh!
Yeah, I would put 3 synonyms. But
Twin Peaks, like the restaurant, or
no, like the TV show.
Funny story. When I first moved to Nashville, Nicholas and I both are big fans of the Twin Peaks series.
Yep,
I saw the Twin Peaks restaurant, not knowing it was like a Hooters, and I sent Nicholas a picture, and I was like, "Oh my God, they have a Twin Peaks themed restaurant!"
I remember this.
I found out from my father-in-law it was not what I was hoping for, and I never have been. But if anyone wants to rebrand that, if like that place goes under and a private equity company buys the brand, please remake it as a Twin Peaks themed Outback Steakhouse.
There you go. Funny enough, Oliver, I was in upstate New York like a month or two ago, and I passed a coffee and donut shop called Twin Peaks. No relation. Just passed it. So here's a little bit about the Mind Takeaway podcast. The clip you guys just heard was from Unpacking Success, Scaling Leaders and Teams for Startup Growth. And here's our description. The Mind Takeaway podcast empowers listeners to develop their leadership skills and cultivate a thriving workplace culture by sharing valuable insights on leadership, psychology, and creativity. Hosts offer reflective commentary and engage in stimulating conversations with guests to provide listeners with actionable advice and fresh perspectives on solving business challenges and achieving professional growth. So, pretty interesting show. Unfortunately, the Oliver method, the Twin Peaks method, it has failed you.
It was really good though. That was really fun.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
And now
I will say Oliver was correct. Paul Suzanne, he is a French impressionist.
Okay,
And
there you go.
He is quoted with a rainbow of chaos. So that's why the first one was as it was.
Very clever. So there you go. Now we have Prateek and Jesse. You two will work together for this next clip. And let's see what happens.
You know, if one gets into the habit of smiling, not to hide or to cover necessarily how you truly are feeling, but just to mediate those very heavy feelings and being able to just lighten it slightly. And then just also by smiling, being able to connect better with others, as I said earlier. If we are engaging with other people and we look very serious, it can put people off. Women smile, of course, more than men do, which is another statistic, but men could learn to smile a little bit more.
I never have that problem of looking too serious.
Exactly. But I think some men don't like to smile because they think it makes them look weak. They want to look serious and powerful.
Okay. There was your clip. Ended at a very interesting point. I wanted to see where she was going with that. And here are your 3 options for today. Number 1 is feeling, thinking, and dealing. Number 2, Men, a podcast. And number 3, emotions matter. Really?
I don't think it's number 2, Men, even though I know they're kind of calling out men and not smiling in that clip, but I feel like the podcast isn't just about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Prateek, I have a question for you. Do you think that the 2 people that were in the clip, do you think they're the hosts? Or do you think one is a guest?
I think the man is probably a guest and the woman is probably the host.
Okay.
Pure conjecture, but it's about there.
I think I'm with you. I don't think it's number 2. I'm thinking it's 1 or 3. So now we have a 112% chance to get this right.
What was one again? Emotions and
feeling, thinking, and dealing.
Okay, and then 3 was emotion or something?
Yeah, number 3 was emotions matter, period. Really? Exclamation point.
See, I feel like that's too much energy for them. I feel like this lady is, and I think that she's the host. I don't know if they both are, but I think the lady is the host. And she sounds like someone that wouldn't put that kind of antics, this punctuational antics in there. I don't think she's going to be mixing up periods and exclamation points in the title.
Sure.
I think
this tomfoolery, if you will.
This tomfoolery. It's just silliness.
Sound reasoning to me. So are we going with number 1 then?
I think we're going with number 1.
Let's do it. Number 1.
Swing and a miss was emotions matter. Really?
Oh, okay.
So
I
So
guess
sorry.
we are. I misjudged. I thought I didn't. I guess we do have room for a little bit of goofiness.
Yeah, a little bit of tomfoolery. So the episode we just heard that clip from was The Science of Smiling. And our description is Chantal Daltrey and Matthew Green, founders of Fifth Place, explore everything about emotions, feelings, and what it is to become and remain emotionally fit. Hence, emotions matter really. Sorry to have fooled the both of you, but yeah.
And I think they're both the hosts.
I'm
too,
not.
so
Yes.
they're-
For the record.
You're not sorry, Elissa.
No.
Noted. Elissa isn't sorry, everybody. I will be the good cop for this situation. Can I help anyone to a Coca-Cola, a water, anything at all?
Any grief counseling?
Yeah, a little bit of grief counseling.
I could go for a cocoon of grief right now.
There you go. And I'd like to say from now, nobody picked up on our pattern, Elissa.
I know. I really thought that somebody would come out and say it, but
Pattern.
There was a pattern to every correct answer in this episode.
Oh.
And we've had this locked in place since right after our last recording last week. The correct answer was always the third choice.
It was, wasn't it? Oh, you guys. You guys.
Mm.
Oh, come on.
That's pretty good.
I knew it would stump them because nobody would do something that dumb.
but
don't
we
even
would.
think we
And it
thought
worked.
But we
about
would,
it,
yes.
We
Did anyone-
cavemanned it.
Yeah.
You should have hit the bird, Kristy. You should have clubbed the baby
Should have
bird.
clubbed the.
You
I
even
was-
said
If
Chicago.
you ever get a chance to hit the bird, you always hit the bird with a stick. You
This
don't
is
get that
the
chance
thing.
often.
Caveman
Maybe if it
me
was a
was like,
Puteki-Teki.
Caveman me was like, listen, if I smash the club on the rabbit, there's gonna be 0 meat left. Bird, no meat whatsoever. If I can kill that deer, one bonk, lots of meat.
Do you guys ever
Good.
wonder if birds are real?
Yeah, no, I don't. No, they are
Yeah, definitely.
members of the state.
No, I don't think no, not the birds aren't real. Not that they're robots or drones, but
Okay.
aren't birds just dinosaurs?
Yes,
They are. They actually are.
Technically.
Yeah.
Like,
And here's random trivia for everyone. The T-Rex's closest living relative, chickens.
Chicken.
T-Rex's
does that
cluck.
mean-
How about
Are
that?
you thinking what I'm thinking? Was the T-Rex delicious?
You know
Dino
it.
nuggets, just bird nuggets, shaped in their true form.
Dino nuggets are the most.
Dino nuggets are just authentic. That's all they are. So, on that enchanting note, thanks for playing, everybody. I hope everyone who's listening enjoyed this episode. Tune in next week where every answer will probably be a limerick or something. And have a good one.